The reason that I'm making this video is to show you the reality, the truth. Look at this beautiful city. Okay. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're watching this video, that means you are planning to come to Calgary very soon. Can you see that? Okay, that was an old 4Runner. People in Calgary. Okay, I'll tell you 3 to 4 things about Calgary. This is what I've noticed so far of my 10 months experience in the city, that people here are very nice, very sweet, but they are crazy about trucks. You know, like the pickup trucks. In our language, it's also known as dalas. They love their trucks, and I believe they have some entitlement. If you see a big truck, you know, with a lifted body and everything, you can feel their ego. Like, they would literally tailgate you most of the times. And also there is a lot of road rage in Calgary, which doesn't make sense, because I thought that Toronto is a fast-paced city, so there would be more road rages, but I was totally wrong. I believe Calgary has more road rages, and people are a little bit intolerant when it comes to driving. So yeah, this is another thing I've noticed about Calgary. If you're watching this video, you should hit the like and subscribe button, because I came from Toronto. I didn't find any video at that time or any proper information that I can relate to, or I could have a better idea. There were some videos, but not like a daily thing, right? So I'm almost making daily vlogs just to show you guys that if you are spending a lot of money to move to Calgary, or especially if you're buying a house, because as you know that the housing is cheaper, you should watch these vlogs. I hope it will help you. And also I'm going to tell you about the best area that you should move into. It's a newer community, and I believe almost 0% crime rate, and that is Sage Hill Northwest. For any part of Northwest, if you check the map as I'm showing you here, any part of Northwest would be a good choice, I must say. Another beauty, look at those mountains far in the distance, if you can see. Beautiful view for sure. Look at this. Whoa. Look at the road rage. I told you guys. My goodness, this is oh my god, I was talking about it and I just saw. So this is crazy actually. I don't know why people are so angry while they're driving here, so which doesn't make sense. But don't get disappointed, because you are learning through these videos that how many pros and cons are there in the city. I'm just talking about the pros and cons here. Let me be very clear. If you're coming from Toronto, or even from GTA or wherever, especially from Ontario, it is a complete different vibe. Most of you guys would know about the prairie land. It's all plain land. There are not many trees here. Barely would see any like maple leaf. I haven't seen any maple leaf tree here, right? So it's very different from Toronto. The vibe is totally different. Toronto or GTA, you know, we have Lake Ontario, and that is a very different vibe. And there are many parts in Toronto that would literally feel like a beach, right? A sandy beach. But here, there's no feeling like that, to be honest. Yes, but you would be able to see mountains. And in this video, I went to Canmore, which is like 1 hour away from Calgary. So the vibe is totally different. Don't think that, I know Canada is almost the same, but in terms of the vibe of the city, it's 100% different from Toronto. Another example. Look, they look beautiful, but then they have this. I'm also searching for a truck now, or an SUV, because I believe if you want to survive here during winters, it's better to have an SUV. But then, even if you have a good car, like a newer model, that is also fine. You don't have to worry about the snow that much. You should have winter tires for sure. But yes, overall, if you have an SUV, that would be an added advantage to your drive. And for the job, I would say, please do your research, apply for a lot of jobs before coming. It would be highly recommended that you can get a job before entering this city, I'm telling you. Otherwise, it could be a bit of a struggle. I've noticed, and I know some people, they are still looking for jobs. It's not easy. When I came here, I already applied for it, and then I decided to move otherwise. And I got that job, and obviously that's why I moved. Otherwise, my plan was not to move, without any job, even though I had a house here already. And another thing, and if you talk about the real estate, I believe it's a very good time to buy a house as soon as possible if you can, because the market is going up and it would be difficult for you in future to secure a property. That's why it is recommended, if you have some savings, go for it and buy a house. But then there's one catch. If you have a job in Toronto or in Vancouver, so it's called out of province, you have to pay at least 20% down. Even if it's your first time buying a property, you have to pay at least 20% down. So you have to have that much amount to secure a house or a townhouse or condo even. So yeah, so that's the reality right now. Somebody's saying that, oh, you know what, Calgary is a cheaper city. Not cheap anymore. 5% GST, I can understand. That's actually a big difference. But if you're buying something, the price of that product will be a little bit more expensive as compared to Toronto. That's why it's not cheap anymore. And also the rental market is crazy right now. Not as much as Toronto, but still it is crazy as well here. For 2-bedroom apartment in Sage Hill or in Northwest community, you have to at least pay $2,200 to $2,300 per month. So that's the cost of renting 2-bedroom in the Northwest community. But there are 4 quadrants. If you buy something in Southwest, Southeast, Northeast, the prices will differ. I'm talking about Northwest where I live, one of the best areas to live in. So if you are going to rent a 2-bedroom apartment, you can have this number in your mind that it would cost you around $2,200. And that's the reality. This is Sage Hill, Northwest Calgary. And I also love this thing about Calgary. I'll show you guys. Hit the like and subscribe button if you like this POV. I'm showing you guys each and every single thing so that you would have a better idea. Look at this. So they have these man-made ponds, you can say, or lakes, man-made lakes, small lakes. So this is a very good area to live, and it's not that far from downtown. So basically downtown would be on this side, which is the south side of Calgary, and there is a big park in between. It's called Nose Hill. It's a big park and it's called Nose Hill, and it's basically a hilly type of a park. So that's why you cannot see the downtown, which is actually on the other side, and it's only 22 minutes away from here. If there's no traffic, 22 minutes, that's it. So it's not even that far. You can easily commute. If you have a family, highly recommended that you should get a house or a property, or even if you're renting, you should rent something in this town. But again, job is a must, I'm telling you. Or even if you're doing a business or something, you should have it first. Like, you should have an income which will make your life easier. Otherwise, if you come here without a job, I'm telling you, it will be very harsh. The market here is not that big, and if you have Canadian experience, it will be a little bit easier. But if you don't have Canadian experience, newcomer, immigrant, make sure that you secure something first and then decide to move. Otherwise, go to Toronto, because in Toronto there are more jobs for immigrants. I mentioned in this video, I'm showing that there's a company called Teleperformance. I don't know if you guys have seen this video. It's called Teleperformance. If you haven't watched that video, you should, because if you're looking for a job, that would be hopefully very helpful for you, because that's my experience, and I know it would be much more easier to get a job in Toronto initially. Even if you're coming from Asia or any other place in the world, you should watch this video before coming here. That could make it easier for you, that where should you live in the beginning. So yeah, there you go. I'm giving you all the ideas, all the tips and tricks. Sample of this beautiful community. I would also highly recommend, if you can come to Calgary and rent a house here, or maybe do a B&B, live here for 15 days. And I would suggest if you can come here during winters, because that will help you to make your decision easier, which nobody's saying. Don't ask anyone, oh, how's the weather in Calgary? They'll always say, oh, you know, it's not that bad. The Calgary weather is not bad because the winters are dry here. Bro, I felt way colder here during the winters, so I don't know what they were thinking or saying. And I believe I asked those people who were living here for a long time and they never visited Toronto, or they never lived in Ontario, so they don't know the difference, but they would always say, oh, it's less colder here, which is 100% not true. It is a very, very whole city. Today the weather is great. It's April 25th. The weather is amazing today. It's almost 20 degrees right now. But during winters it was minus 44. Yes, minus 44. There are many pros and cons. I won't say that this is the perfect city to live. So I would suggest that please visit the city, come here, feel the vibe. It's important because I lived my whole life in Karachi, back home, right? And Karachi has Arabian Sea. So if you like beaches and if you like oceans, then I think Calgary is not for you. Because Calgary is like Islamabad of Pakistan, or I can say Himachal of India. So if you like that type of a vibe, yes, Calgary is for you. But if you like beaches, then Calgary is not for you. That's a big tip for someone who's planning to come to Calgary. But if you like mountains, oh my god, this would be the best decision of your life. So hit the like and subscribe button. I'm gonna make more videos. We have everything here, as you can see, fresco and beautiful plazas, laid back, not many people around, good family vibe, I would say. If you want to party, you can live near downtown. That's much for a person who's single. So yeah, there you go. See you tomorrow with another video.